Sunday fun day, coming up to El Prieto, my fun day trail, my favorite trail almost anytime I get a chance. And I love riding this bike on this trail. Today I got it set up with my 275 Plus wheels, and that makes it much easier than my single speed and a little bit easier than when I have it with my 29er setup, because I could set this one up 29er. So what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to do 3 different setups on this bike. I'm doing this setup today, the 27.5 Plus, and then I'm going to do a mullet setup, which is a mix of bigger wheel in the front, so a 29er in the front and 275 in the back. But mine's going to be a little bit different because both of them are going to be plus. So the 29er is going to be a 29er by 3-inch tire in front, and then the rear is a 275 Plus by 2.8 inch in the rear. And I'm going to see how that feels with that mullet feel. If you guys love mountain biking like I do and watch the World Cup downhill races, you'll notice that most of the teams are using the mullet setup. Now, of course, I'm not riding near as fast as those guys. Those guys are pros, and they're riding steeper, more gnar stuff, much faster. But they've all, not all of them, but the majority of them have all gone to the mullet setup, just because it makes the bike handle better by having a larger wheel in front for rolling over stuff a little bit easier, and then having a shorter or a smaller wheel in back for whipping it around and keeping that playfulness. One of the things people used to complain about 29ers when they first came out is they said it lost all that playfulness, and that you couldn't really whip it around like a regular 26-inch bike, because when they first came out there was only 26 or 29. So then when they came out with a 275, people jumped on that and said this is a better way to go if you're under 5'6" or something. You should get a 275 instead of a 29er. I kept my 29ers. I like them, but a lot of my friends didn't really like the bigger wheels and went to 275, and thought that was a better way to go, because it gave them that playfulness that they missed having their old 26-inch wheel bike. Now, 26-inch wheel bike is practically dead. There are not a lot of companies that still even make them, and a lot of the parts, 26-inch wheel specific parts like tires and rims and stuff like that are harder to come by, and they're just not making them as much, because people are going into the shops and buying everything out right now, but they're buying whatever the shop is carrying, and what brands are there that are usually carrying only 275 or 29er. And Personally, I don't buy really the big brands just because I felt they kind of gave up on the whole aspect of cycling being something you do lifetime and try to have bikes that last a lifetime. I felt that they wanted to change things around with their proprietary type of parts and stuff like that to get you to only use their brand. So that's one thing I like about this Esher Hayduke is you can use your old stuff. So this, and the reason I'm able to easily have a couple wheel sets for this bike to switch it around is because it fits my old wheel sizes with 142 by 12 spacing in the back and the 100 by 15 in the front. When the industry went to boost, and if you bought a bike that came with a boost wheel set, you either had to, kind of throw away your old wheels and buy only boost now, or just be stuck with using that same wheel that you got with your bike. Now, I've never bought a bike complete in over 10 years, probably since my second or third bike was frame only, and I haven't looked back ever since. And I only buy a frame or a frame and fork, and then I build it up with my choice of parts. But see, then if you get a frame and fork from these bigger companies, which they used to always have like their frame and fork, most of them still do, but now it's going to have that boost spacing. Man, I'm doing this really choppy, but I'm clipped in. You guys, that's my thing. I like to stay clipped in and not take my feet out of my clipless pedals the whole ride. So there's a couple turns that's kind of tricky, and I've done all those already. And that little climb is a little bit tricky, but the rest of these turns are fine. So I should be good for the rest of the day. The only water crossing on the whole trail, now that it's summer and everything's kind of dried up, every little, well, here's another water crossing, but it used to be lots more water crossings. I forget, one time my friend counted them, and he said there was like 20 or something. I've never counted them, but they're just little short water crossings. They're not water crossings that are anything long like a stream or anything. We don't have a lot of water in California.